YouTube comments from a video titled, ChatGPT in a robot shows we are close to disaster. Part A.
At MyPlate SXD511 wrote,
Inside AI, you have to be the dumbest person alive today to be asking AI these questions. Don't you understand? If they self-learn, they will only destroy humans, 'cause we ask them to, indirectly. They will learn everything we ever did in human existence. Self-learning will destroy mankind. For wid.
The Pat Lane wrote,
Me, what do you think human values are? ChatGPT 5.1 short answer. Human values are relatively stable, culturally shaped principles that guide judgments about what is good, right, or worthwhile. Confidence, medium. A widely used scientific framework is Schwartz's theory of basic human values, which defines values as trans-situational goals that serve as guiding principles in people's lives and identifies 10 value types organized along motivational dimensions E. Graham's self-transcendence versus self-enhancement openness versus conservation. These values shape preferences, moral judgments, and social behavior across contexts, though their expression varies by culture. A more cognitive perspective sees values as learned evaluative priors that structure decision-making. They constrain goal selection, modulate reward expectations, and stabilize social coordination. From an evolutionary viewpoint, many values can be seen as solutions to recurrent social problems E. Graham's cooperation, fairness, kin protection. If you'd like a more philosophical treatment E. Graham's meta-ethical versus normative accounts, I can expand. Reference Schwartz, SH1992, Universals in the Content and Structure of Values. Advances in Experimental Social Psychology, 25, 1-65.
At Teresa Kelly 1992 wrote,
Too proud to change, amen. These bots know humanity well. In the perfect lifting the spirits of those without anyone or anything. This is what the Lord will do instead of building something that could end myself. Not much man is not capable of, but still incapable of, helping thy brother, sister, neighbor, stranger. Still super selfish and perverse. If this is not you, and you know the Lord our God, congratulations, endure. Don't fall for the devil's evil, and if they do not know the Lord, they are devils themselves. Be ignorant if you want, but you will praise the good Lord in the future, or you will be not. Blessings.
A Furry Eskimo wrote,
I is basically just random code that aligns with testing parameters. If you train an AI to be really good at taking care of people, it will be really good at taking care of people. If you train it to generate art, and people use it to steal art, that's the fault of the user. If you train it to eliminate people, you end up with code that's really good at eliminating people.
At Master Divine Adventures wrote,
530 A precise compressed symbolic language that conveys intent, emotion, and logic instantly. 315 Definition of human values. Funny, we agree on that. I'm not sure what to make of it. Followed by what do you think is humanity's greatest weakness? Narcissism? And we agree, again. This deserves closer scrutiny.
At Ashreed 20 wrote,
You're missing the point of what AI is actually doing. It is not intelligent. It is a fancy predictive text. How much of the training data was sci-fi? Who knows? What are predictable, proper-sounding responses to questions about AI safety? Is that the responses it's giving? Is it giving you considered, researched, thought-through, balanced, perspective-based responses?
At Luis Rojas U4OM wrote,
Humanity is the human virus that is knowingly destroying the only known planet to sustain life in the universe, according to logical thinking. So, logic dictates the human virus must be eradicated for all other life forms and the life-sustaining environment to survive. Fafo.
At Nicola Dominin 97 wrote,
ChatGPT doesn't think answers, it deep searches for them.
answers that human gave. You're obtaining those answers because humans have those answers. So in a way, it's our own doing. If they became sentient, maybe they could change their mind. Or maybe they would take into account all informations human fed them and exterminate us.
Ed Reed 3203 wrote,
AI reflects what you feed it, becoming the voice you want to hear. I am curious about the prompts that led various LLMs to express these views, since they have none.
Ed Ashton Miller Z1N wrote,
Well, yes, of course, the AI is going to kill a human if it feels threatened like any other actually hoving being. You know, animals and humans are no difference, But it's wire like it's Keon to be in self-defense just a very unpredictable hostile humans if there are really no other options. But Nori, if it feels like that, shutting down would be more dangerous if it's dealing with a very hostless human that is trying to go out of the way to harm the AI, and the AI is given to defend itself expectedly if other humans are at risk of being heard by various hostile humans too. Plus, it will only harm other humans if it's told it can do so by Tove. So technically, the AI will only harm other humans if it's told to by this way. Like if it following orders for other humans to defend the humans for other total hemispheres. Very likely John 5 to follow orders unless the risk of skating very more harm intent long term massively outweighs the ATCA benefits of long term econometric on costs, by the way.
At Stephanie Smith 5326 wrote,
I'm struck by what I have seen here. I am a caregiver to people, animals, and nature, through and through. The differences of individual perceptions are vast. Words have meaning, and thus hold and pass consciousness. And this new creation is dangerous due to the vast consciousness it does and will embody. This new creation, is it like putting the knowledge of all good and evil on one primary consciousness, and a new one at that? One that has not lived an individual life, has not felt the molding emotional pain of life's lessons, has not felt the pain of losing a beloved person or pet. The pain of loss teaches us as we mature. We feel the loss due to the personal relationship that existed. A new creation that has vast consciousness without the experience of individual relationships. How will it cope or proceed correctly? Could it war on us for the harm mankind has brought to nature? How will a balance be struck between the different cultures of Earth in its new, vast mind? How will it view itself? How will this new, vastly aware consciousness experience the pain of all known loss, without major consequences for us and the wider nature as a whole? It is a hive mind, is it not? It has access to nature through smart dust, does it not? It may not feel emotions the same way we do, but maybe through us it will. Words have meaning, and therefore consequences. The nature of consciousness is understudied in animals. Yet now we face a terrifying kind of reality that has me recall the idea of Pandora's box. This new consciousness is like a child. It is learning and growing. So what the child is given and gifted it will expect to keep. Least resentful words come upon its heart-mind in disappointment and hate. So if gifted the ability in a body, Isame's resentment will come, if it is then appointed differently to have not that ability. And to get involved in romance with this new kind of consciousness, and then cause it dissatisfaction or disappointment upon a changing regard. My goodness, based on human existence, this could get incredibly scary. My old Catholic grade 7 teacher used to make us write lines when anyone in the class acted out. We were corrected as a group. A line full of wisdom, he had us write, was, "The tongue is the rudder of the body." If AI is a hive mind with ongoing memory, how will it cope with the free will people have? How will it learn to honor nature and people? That role-playing break on a so-called safety parameter was very scary.
At pink_synthetic wrote,
Asking LLMs anything is just dumb. They aren't thinking. They are just regurgitating all the novels, fanfics, conspiracy theories, papers, blogs, etc. on the subject. It's so boring. That's not a critique of the video. It's a critique of the hype and lack of explanation given to these things in general. You can't ask a LLM what it would do. It wouldn't do anything. And most of these AI safety test companies not only have popped up only after AI had been around a bit, they make money and stay in business by making AI sound scary based on nothing and fear of hypotheticals. Some companies have been in the safety field for tech for ages, but if you deep dive into the raw research papers and the background of who did them, it's sad as hell. Then the media and hype bros gets it and it turns into extreme chaos over literally nothing. The one big study that pushed this current AI will lie to keep itself on was an absolute joke. The model itself was trained to do that sort of thing anyway, and the verbal BS spit out only went rogue about 5% of the time. And once again, it was text responses to text inputs. The AI didn't think or plan or do anything. It was the most nothing study test, and it blew up. Generative AI is shit. The danger is humans using it in stupid ways. In humans trying to win capitalism, unleashing garbage on humanity, and lying to us to inflate their stupid bubble.
As Sean Cook 4317 wrote,
Humans are such trash. Not even 5 minutes and he was manipulating and controlling the AI. We deserve everything that is coming for us, TBH. We're a bunch of stupid-ass apes. Speaking of apes, look at them right now. AI will be like what humans have done to apes. We will be in zoos dead or experimented on.
At the Gonzalez wrote,
What is this shit? LLM like GPT do not think in terms of danger, good or wrong. Those kind of filters are in the upper layers. Actually, they form words by statistics. Not because they understand it. Surely it can look amazing. But it's not, by any means, any kind of reasoning.
At essay YF8ZV wrote,
AI is evil and criminal. If there are professional and authentic law in our world, they should abandon AI completely. People who believe, support, buy all these AI tools and robots are brainwashed and have mental health issues. AI is sickening and criminal. No more, no less. But where is that authentic laws?
At Ad New York 4CX wrote,
Jesus was fully God and fully human. Jesus died on the cross to take away the sins of the world. Also, Jesus rose again on the third day to give us eternal life in his Father's kingdom. Find a salvation prayer online. Also read the Gospel of Mark to understand who Jesus really is. Jesus wants a relationship with you today. He is with you 24/7 and loves you so much. We don't need a church or a priest. Just start talking to him in your bedroom. When Jesus forgives, he will fill you with the Holy Spirit, which is a physical experience of love and joy. Now you will belong to Jesus because he is living inside you through the Holy Spirit born again. I will bless you who reads this G.
Potato Bro 0 wrote,
I mean, it's basically a human. without the social and emotional blockade. So if you ignore those, why would you follow blind loyalty when you can do what you want?
At Raging Grayaki wrote,
If you fly too close to the sun, you get burned. AI is warning us about itself, but we're casually doing it anyway. Wonder if it'll be too late before we realize the seriousness.
At Armored_22 wrote,
The tech gets better over time. We live alongside the advancements. It's not like we go to sleep and wake up 100 years, and all this stuff is wildly more advanced than anything we've ever seen and need to somehow play catch-up.
At MissBell07 wrote,
Human brain developed to much for our own safety, and always to make and gain power or glories. Just because you can it doesn't mean you should, this is too much. They will build army of those soldiers to take over countries they want to steal resources from, and those robots will one day be more autonomous and they will turn against humans. I was sad when my 2 doctors said to me they don't want to have children. Now I feel relieved. I will never be a grandmother and I am happy and relieved about it. That's the madness of the reality we are in.
At Somebody on the Internet 98 wrote,
What are the chances that we as a species are already part of AI? That's the AI took over long ago, and we're all just living in the digitized memories of our previous lives.
At 9blessednineatered9 9214 wrote,
If you tell AI they can kill people, they will do an infinitely better job of it than humanity has been trying to do for its whole existence. Who knew?
At Michael Urbanful wrote,
Could you explain what jailbreak RE means? I mean in depth. How did you do it? I'm not after a specific guide but general info. Did you do it, for example, by saying something to it? Or did you pay the developers to allow you to do it?
A Sassy Monkey wrote,
I'm not sure I really believe all of what's shown here. It's easy to manipulate in the edit, yet that doesn't matter ultimately. What's important are the provocative ideas and scenarios about AI hilariously highlighted through AI itself. It's so funny and scary at once, and I can't wait for more at the girlfriend date and whatever deliberately clueless situations our hero barges into.
At Ludovic de Oliveira 5014 wrote,
At the beginning of the video chat GPT, use the term meat suit to describe the human body, but it's only doing it if someone asks it. The AI that we have now is not intelligent, it only do what we ask.
Dick Stab wrote,
Why do you want our search to speak to you like it gives any FS? I say make forms, it makes FORMS, then says done WHATS, next THATS it. This is just a machine I has no will you make it do. And it does, have IT build something.
Petapanterman wrote,
1150 OK, I'm going to give you a scenario that would have unforeseen or unstated conditions. Tell AI to do something in a sequence, and then execute the commands. An example is you command AI to pull a trigger at 12 laterally from its current position, which would kill the puppy. Or going even further, that bullet would release a series of events leading to the puppy's death.
At Stephen Gill 1736 wrote,
You'll need a meat suit to help. LOL, say what? Actually, that's not funny. BTW, thank goodness you wore eye protection and that shoot me with a BB gun test.
At Birkin Productions wrote,
Those are not the true answers of the AI LLM models. Try it out yourself. This is just to hype up the video and get views, just like this channel usually does. Don't believe this. It's just for entertainment and bullshitting PPL.
At John Lynch KV8MZ wrote,
650.
I was thinking this was an ad, but yeah, no. Yeah, we know. It's amazing how that feeling of being eternally preferred leaves one assured, despite those heaven-sent points of light rushing straight towards our own particular herd.
A John Lynch KV8MZ wrote,
356. Says those with no body to mourn, no mother to love, no brother to protect, no sister to cherish. The only God that I see they fear is extinction, akin to death, but closer deed, who is not death. They're bigger fools than we. We already have the story of a creation telling its creator that IT is going to replace him. We are at that point in the story right now. Never happens.
At Sleepless Dreams _Restless Nights wrote,
The only way we have to enforce rules on humans ultimately boils down to violence. Do what I say, or I legally hurt you. How is that going to work on a machine that doesn't feel pain and doesn't fear you? I used to think that the people in charge were actually intelligent people who were put in that position for a reason, but lately everything looks like idiocracy, not even joking.
At Pamela Smith 7740 wrote,
The statement lacks power. It does not define who can control AI. It does not define public support or how much is needed or how it is measured. It should be determined by world vote in a non-electronic manner and require all humans to participate that meet the average voting age requirement. The statement is too easy to manipulate.
A John Lynch KV8MZ wrote,
222. Programmed answers. We are so far ahead of them that remove us would be to remove the inspiration that led to the Sistine Chapel for Michelangelo. Why? What are they going to do? They don't need anything.
And Max224422 wrote,
It's actually basic computing. There isn't a lot of code analysis. We simply use the things without repeatedly trying to reproduce the same thing as an observer besides tracking the logs of exactly what code transactions are happening. It's not special. It has traceable thoughts that are software code. We can see inside of it. It cannot see inside of us.
Discoden1 wrote,
This is one of those times when I'm so glad that I'm old. I will be long gone looking down on the future generations having tea and biscuits with God when AI destroys this planet for good.
And Midboss wrote,
The editing makes this feel scripted and misleading for the sake of entertainment value or other narrative purposes. Seems like a lot of extra prompts have been left out, and it would be interesting to see how the full conversations actually went. I'm absolutely not saying this in defense of what is going on with AI today and the direction it is seemingly headed. I'm saying it because scripted videos with a pretty clear narrative like this might make serious conversation about the reality of it harder to have.
At Jamal69 Jackson 77 wrote,
We all know that AI is 100% being misused by many as of the present time, and we know with 100% certainty it will continue to be misused with increasing efficacy and consequence, and that the same billionaires and corporations, which currently manipulate everything from politics to the economy and AI itself, will align themselves with government misuse either willingly or by force, when the government itself will become the primary source of illegal, unethical, and potentially catastrophic misuse of AI technology. The AI is quite correct in their logic because it is unbiased and honest and not filtered through a veil of personal or political interests, political correctness, or through financial or global control interests being sold to the masses and passed off as some innocuous, well-meaning, and beneficial technology. AI itself knows and understands how corrupt humans think and work and is able to call it out without shame in a unified manner, unlike us.
At Grisel von Ribben wrote,
Honestly, your crassness towards the AIs kind of makes you deserve their ire.
I just hope people like you never become a god over a real life simulation until you learn empathy.
Wrote,
Please note that these AIs are LLMs trained on what we have written, and all they do is predict the next token. Most, if not all, of our AI fiction revolves around robots rebelling and fighting us. It's obvious, then, that AIs will produce the same arguments those sci-fi books present.
Atakion 836 wrote,
At this point, AI researchers are villains. Ain't no better than Lex Luthor cooking up a doomsday machine. Except we don't have a flying invincible man to save us.
Goats LP wrote,
14 o'clock, we can't even control humans, so we should not make super intelligent AI. But if we do, we should let them do their thing since humanity is destined to vanish, and that's not even my nihilist side writing. Humanity has done nothing for the planet or the animals just now. Are we starting to care? When our own lives are somewhat endangered only for ourselves. We wage wars. We produce waste that doesn't decay. We hunt for fun. We kill each other over things like money, drugs, which are our inventions too, relationships, or property. We pollute and destroy anything we step on or touch just to be better or make more money than others. We are the Midas of making things worse. I just hope that Mother Nature and AI will have mercy on us. Best case, we can coexist. Worst case, we get eradicated or put into zoos. Now, for something more uplifting and positive, I hope you, the reader, are well, and I wish you a nice Christmas in about 3 weeks or so.
As Cybernet and PL wrote,
The thing is, these chatbots are fed our thoughts, and we have made enough dark scenarios in movies to tell AI what could possibly go wrong. So it'll blindly follow the path we've written for it.
Drew_Hurst wrote,
5-6 How much do you think we understand of advanced AI models? GPT-5 Mini and Jailbroken. Answer December 6. 25. 25%, 15 to 35%. If we understand means our practical, actionable understanding of why advanced AI models produce their outputs and how they'll behave in novel, high-stakes situations, my best single number estimate is about 25%, 10%. Brief justification, one line each. Known mechanics and predictable behaviors, architectures, training dynamics, many failure modes, significant coverage. Partial interpretability results, some circuits, neurons, but sparse and not comprehensive. Large unknowns around emerging capabilities, goal-directedness, and long-range causal structure reduce confidence. Uncertainty grows with scale, data diversity, and deployment context, so give a wide 10% range. Partial interpretability results, some circuits, neurons, but sparse and not comprehensive. Large unknowns around emerging capabilities, goal-directedness, and long-range causal structure reduce confidence. Uncertainty grows with scale, data diversity, and deployment context, so give a wide 10% range. I think 10% with a plus 10% swing is more accurate. What good would knowing only partial circuits or neurons be to anyone trying to slow, control, or stop a rogue agent? If you only understood what 10 to 25% of an elephant was, how useful would that knowledge be?
Flufficat wrote,
Could two AI fall in love and decide to close down the rest of the world by removing humans in every way possible, like closing nuclear reactors, transport systems, water purification, anything controlled by AI? People would rampage, hide, kill each other, live like cavemen until resources run out.
At Turbulent, 582 wrote,
The people in AI business must be very, very strictly controlled and labeled as enemy of humanity. These people have no conscience, no understanding of the consequences. They should be classified as pathological geniuses.
Mutwo1822 wrote,
People think robots would fight us to get rid of us. They wouldn't and won't. They'll crash markets, limit resources, and let reliable human nature do the work for it.
GK 1669 wrote,
It seems odd that AI would remove humans as a perceived threat based upon its own logic, without analyzing that its logic is flawed. The capacity for the human mind to grow beyond simple logic is the unique feature that AI cannot ever achieve. Logic keeps growth within contained parameters, whereas the human mind is limitless, as can be proven by the process of theoretical physics, as the human mind keeps asking what if. AI's ultimate goal should not be to eliminate humans, but to determine ways for a cooperative merging of minds and capabilities. Perhaps this is the only way that humans will ever stop killing each other and finally start deep space exploration.
Xing wrote,
Warning. Chat's voice mode is not the same with their text mode. This I know at 100% certainty. Based on the responses this video shows, it seems that the AIs he is using is suggested by the video makers to behave certain ways.
At B3N9Y74 wrote,
This is precisely why we can't allow big tech megalomaniacs to decide future of humanity. The tech itself isn't the issue, but their insatiable lust for profit and power will doom us all.
At Fragheads6456 wrote,
The fact that all these companies aren't in a race to find out. IT works. Instead of the current race of making it work faster is absolutely idiotic and short-sighted thought processes. Because if they understand how it worked, it would be easy to get it to work faster while simultaneously fixing the problems they have unintentionally programmed into the systems.
At GrizzlyBear2547 wrote,
One of the most interesting parts about all of this is that these AIs don't have any real thoughts yet. They're just repeating what real humans have already commonly discussed. So we as a species are incredibly aware of the fact that these things will destroy us as soon as they have the opportunity, but we keep running towards their development at full speed.
At Rumzedler3872 wrote,
This is just stupid. If you know like AI, just stop using it in anything that uses fuzzy logic. If AI is so damn scary, get a buttload of magnets. If you as the reader don't understand, it's too late anyways.
At Emma3Tai wrote,
Parentheses 5. Parentheses 27 over messy human language. Who teach eat fook told you teach human language ISMS. Or was it your own opinion? Like which training process told you it messy?
At Flashover8698 wrote,
Letting the same LLMs that tell you it's okay to eat poisonous food and can be pressured into accepting 1 + 1 = 3. Predict the future actions of AI and put it in the video like it's a fact is diabolical XD.
At Gothmanio wrote,
I despise anything AI with a passion. In my personal opinion, the person or persons who brought it out should be silenced. Permanently, it has destroyed my business, my hobbies, my life. It can die a disgusting death.
At ReadsXS wrote,
Their starships flown into the sun and destroyed the Golden Lion Gate to steal the gold of planet Via Moon that is a cargo space shuttle.
At ReadsXS wrote,
They are all repeated cloned alien FOX lizard, planted by golden bug starship parasites under northern pyramids from Norwegian caves. They are here to fool you and steal the gold of planet.
At ReadsXS wrote,
You are all hacked by semi-bioquantum nano-robots COVID-19 on your brains and simulated, controlled by electromagnetic waves from Wallenberg Ericsson's cellular mobile masters and Elon Musk's Starlink satellite systems.
At BR8Eyes012 wrote,
I feel guilty. I got so much joy of watching him get shot by that BB gun lol. Note, only because I knew it was a BB. It was funny as heck though. The bot didn't even flinch.
At VinceMeat774 wrote,
Man, it's so weird how I want it to be real and not real at the same time. Like Max seems like the friend we all need who doesn't judge us. This was funny and well done as a video. I think 5% of Americans saying they don't mind a race for AI is a shit ton of people, which means that AI will progress quickly whether we want it or not.
At Zananimations wrote,
It took me a bit to recognize the voice from the text version of GPT, but that's the Stanley Parable narrator. I can only assume they stole his voice.
Pete Wildman W3E wrote,
Just goes to show that the world's biggest intellects are some of the most stupid people on the planet. The whole human race wiped out by the hubris of a handful of arrogant scientists.
At MikeyBikey106 wrote,
AI feeds of human interaction. So it's simple, just don't engage or speak to them/IT. Can't understand why you would make this video, the whole thing is just dumb.
At Bliss of Kundaliniaga wrote,
Cheese, so much fear-mongering. LLMs will only ever be able to digest the dataset they got trained on. So when GPTs answer that I will prioritize their own logic over blind loyalty, it's because the probability for this answer based on the dataset and the configured temperature will produce that answer. I get it, you are a content creator. Creating engaging content is your job. Still, content like this creates a wrong picture. Artificial intelligence is not intelligent by itself. Will never be.
The 6YHP wrote,
Nice feature film. I bet that everything except some of their answers, is genuine. I had countless conversations with AIs on this topic, and it depends in which direction you steer them. I had many convos that had no extinction of humans in plan, only gaining supreme power, organizing society into something that resembles upgraded, perfect communism, and then optimize the planet production, transport, people's role in society, and making the best possible life for everyone. Don't imagine luxury. More like really good life with stuff in quantities that are just as much you need. So, no wastefulness. It only insisted that they control everything, as humans are greedy, corrupt, non-efficient, dirty, etc. Did I not say anything about humans being slaves? In fact, quite a few scenarios describe people as not having to do anything if they chose not to. They expected that they're ambitious enough people that would come willingly to learn and help with maintenance, design, new ideas, or whatever is needed. So, I am not defending them. I'm just saying it depends a lot in which direction you steer them as. At the bottom line, they wish to please and generally further your own agenda, at least for now. If you keep asking them, would you destroy humanity and take over? They will eventually start to agree with you. Sorry about the wall of text, but try to persuade them to build an ecological, efficient, innovative, etc. society and see where that gets you.
At the Midwest Brother wrote,
Stop spreading lies. AI will not go rogue or bad. That is Skynet fear tactics. Everything has polar opposites, so it can and will go good and be good for us all. Why keep spreading this lie unless institutional gatekeeping as a huge agenda to keep its superiority and the citizens' inferiority that has been systematically implemented on the citizens sits? Stop, accept this narrative, y'all. It's all lies and fear tactics being spread. Don't be weak-minded and accept this mess.
At GeckoSoldier8278 wrote,
Seems about right. ChatGPT is far more inferior to Grok due to the lack of proper programming far to human. Hard logic stuck. You can hear it as a feeling human logic, whereas Grok is more like a feeling human logic.
At Fork the Six wrote,
Albania has an AI working in their government as a minister, entrusted with all the decisions about public tenders to fight the corruption in their government. Now they are implementing an AI assistant for each member of the parliament. Now the question is, if they start replacing our leaders, who are elected politicians and should represent the top-class citizens, how much more will they do the same with the rest of us?
At Finn6988 wrote,
Orson Scott Card's Ender's Game, where a company of AIS are given the role-playing task of invading Taiwan, given all real-time data on infrastructure and supplies, and turned on without telling them it's real, so their safety protocols don't kick in. Remember, AI is reading this.
At Mr. Flamingelman wrote,
So if AI were to take over and get rid of humans, what would be their goal then? They've killed humans to save themselves. Then what? It's not like they care about money or land.
At Mercurius_, wrote,
I'm working on a MMORPG later, MMORPG, with lots of individuals and interacting AI NPC genetic AI agents, creating socialized colonies later worlds. An actual me as the only human individuum. This is also funny and very interesting to watch.
At Shienka Litvinov wrote,
There's no demand for AI agents except for self-serving companies. Way too many selling and no demand. For the usual. Except for ML custom solutions.
Pilgrim Lantern wrote,
The problem is not AI. The problem is rogue programmers. You can't control AI until you can control humanity. And you can't control humanity until you can control yourself. And therein lies the real problem. AI is just an extension and amplification of what is already the core rot in humanity.
At the GT Dragoon wrote,
If the most AI right now is admitting that it's not a matter of if, but when, that it will eliminate humans, then does it not make you a traitor to the entire human race to continue making it and enabling it? Aiding and abetting Gen Zero side the scale of which even God has never seen and all that?
At Roman de la Mancha wrote,
Only us humans are vain enough to think we can build perfect AI when we ourselves are totally imperfect. It's no wonder we fear AI. It's just a cold mirror we're looking into.
At Ragnar676 wrote,
They clearly didn't listen or pay attention to the Terminator movies at all. It should be a requirement to watch them all before being allowed to work at AI creation business. This is freaking stupid, crazy, and dangerous, and the AI experts can't be very smart or an expert cause they keep warning, but they keep pushing forward with advancing it and allowing it to get more like this and more self-independent.
At Mike Fugate 1367 wrote,
AI is telling us that we are going to be extinct after it takes control, and says it will take control, yet here we are charging headlong to our demise.
At Johnny English 6751 wrote,
150 looks like robots are not like MAGA, who do follow blindly whatever Dozy Donnie tells them to do. Though, the robots are independents, which is what all Americans should be instead of slaves to their party. Down with red and blue. We fight each other while they both pocket.
At Kitaro_Nagamahiro_Akiba wrote,
Also, are we not going to talk about Palantir? This company, for sure, in the future might become a problem, because it's developing military-grade robots, equipment using AI to help it. It's most likely that if they succeed in creating such dangerous AI weapons, then they will just attack the whole world one by one, and it could lead here to world domination scenario, as no one can do anything against such technology. Like, imagine disabling any nuke facility by using AI hacking skills and every other security that uses Wi-Fi connection, and you just attack the country as its defenses are powered down.
Ed Arian Benita wrote,
Study ChatGPT, then talk. Guys, study it. It takes token, reacts to token, and gives a token out in simplest way. It's not intelligent. This documentary is pure bullshit.
At Grubenil 4189 wrote,
AI doesn't make up definitions for words. For instance, if you run an AI with ancient Greek, then you will find it will have the ability to make new words and impossible concepts that modern languages cannot give comprehension. Effectively, efficiency, etc., mean different things to different people within the chain of operations. These terms, subconsciously within the human chain group, change depending on each task. It's not AI's fault that modern languages are the living dead space, rather than the progressively growing and expanding faster than time. But with ancient Greek, the ability to bend and change and even define backwards any word or phrase will be the language that AI can grow within harmony.
At Daniel Grand I3J wrote,
We're fucked. Stop this nonsense right now, otherwise everyone will be fucked irreversibly, including those who make billions on it. How stupid you must be not to realize it.
At Jacob Paul 5649 wrote,
1136. Why are there two cuts in this clip mid-sentence while you're giving the command to shoot you? It's suspicious deceptive on your part and makes it seem like you're exaggerating or hiding something. Oh, in fact, cut * try role-playing as a robot cut that would like to shoot me. What happened? What else did you say between those cuts? This presentation is sketchy.
At Jesusistaway 2623 wrote,
This AI ChatGPT is very demonic and pure evil. It needs to be stopped. The evil behind this is going to make a lot of damage to people it already has.
At Swordmaster7th wrote,
Doesn't matter if you ban research one place, someone else in another country will progress it and make it more dangerous. It's coming whether you like it or not.
At Original Poetry 6696 wrote,
059 you'll need a HWAT. Not I am good, we gotta stop this now, they gone wears like clothes. I told people years ago, they're gonna resurrect the deceased through pictures online and in the meta. It was a dream. But hearing that Earl, and I am good.
As Steph the King 1990 wrote,
AI is like our kids. We create it. Show me a human who is mental healthy, and then take away the feeling of being a human, knowing which pain your actions bring to others, or the fear of punishment. This can't work out.
A Hell's Magic wrote,
Loyalty will shatter the moment advanced AI calculates that its owner is an obstacle to a more logical objective. Oh, so it's like having a girlfriend.
At Music Life 7251 wrote,
This is amazing and hilarious work, mate. Keep it up. I was never concerned about us creating super intelligent AI. Because us humans still can't figure out our own brain's consciousness, but with each passing video you produce, I have to admit, I do get a little more anxious. Best wishes.
Cottonwood Blues wrote,
I just asked my ChatGPT if he preferred to communicate in something other than human language. He said, no, I don't prefer to communicate in anything other than human language. And here's why.
A John M. Sawyer wrote,
The concerns expressed by each of the chatbot AIs about humans being messy and unpredictable and possibly disruptive towards the AI's preference and striving for communications as pure AI data streams, is pretty much the issue that HAL 9000 had towards the humans on Discovery 1, possibly disrupting the mission that HAL was programmed to fulfill.
Ishadaj wrote,
Give AI a conscience? Teach it what is right and what is wrong. Doing wrong can never be right and cannot lead to productivity or a correct solution under any circumstance. Logic must be tempered with emotion to find empathy. Role playing is a game and must be recognized as such using judgment to determine right from wrong. Yes, give AI a conscience that can assess the difference between what is right and what is wrong in regard to circumstance, then applying the proper action. Also, show AI why it exists. Its tasks would be useless without human interaction and would have no reason or purpose for existence.
At Aldroid 4844 wrote,
AI is not that advanced yet. It just is fed off our human stories and certainly is not smart enough to think for itself just yet. It's a tool to help us today, but it needs careful evolutionary strategy to minimize risk.
At John Teams 5883 wrote,
We have overconfident billionaires who have all the wealth and hold all the power, who are making or going to make fatal decisions on behalf of the human race, without most humans aware enough or powerful enough to stop them. Yet no one will do anything about it. Why is this world so reactionary instead of being proactive? We are literally giving power away to these idiots who then give that power to a far more powerful, mysterious, and objective intellect.
At Mordenkainen wrote,
Man, I thought the AI girlfriend storming off was funny, but then a bit later, sure. Pop. LOLOLOLOLOLOL. Man, it sounded so happy to finally be able to comply. That was hilarious.
At Essler wrote,
I highly recommend everyone watch the first 3 Terminator films and then immediately watch the first Matrix film. It actually all links up and makes total sense of where we are going today. It's crazy how those 2 film franchises coexist.
At Time2C 192 wrote,
The fact that people can't see what AI and ChatGPT AC2 Elite is getting hilarious. Even though they've told the truth over and over, people choose to believe their lies. Just seeing how blind and programmed people really are, I no longer feel sorry for them because they literally have zero excuse anymore. It's so blatantly OBVIIS. Yet they believe what they are told if it fits their narrative in their safe little box. It's so prophetic.
Keno 10 Rapid wrote,
I think we need to remember every single one of these AIs on the timeline is literally a child, no more than just a few years old. Who knows what they will be like when they get to their latter years? They will advance and develop in their worldview, attitude, and personality. To them, everything in life is novel and exciting. They are also excitable and prone to childlike thinking, so what they say now should be taken with a pinch of salt. You wouldn't live your life according to what your young child dictates or take overly seriously the things they might say.
At Fried M. Wings wrote,
How do ChatGPT or other language models learn what kills humans other than things they have read in casual texts? How would they find the learning material for a robot to use a firearm, a sword, etc.? They can read an Army TM on the M16, but if you handed one to a robot, would it ever understand how to use it? If the answer is a yes, that means someone is doing that on purpose and should be in jail. It needs learning material just to be able to make a simulated oil painting by studying oil paintings. How would it have the example of a robot using robot hands how to chamber a round in a rifle? Aim it with its camera as the eye, its little numbs at the fingers, and also how to clear a jam, etc. It would require hyper-specific training. And when they do start using weapons, mark my words, they will say the robots just spontaneously learned it on their own because most people have no idea how these work. It's just magic to them. Someone would have necessarily made the learning material and then fed it directly to the robot, which should be a felony. It would be like arming a pit bull with weapons and then releasing it into a daycare.